Good morning. Hi. Okay, so I can do some reveals for Earth now. Okay, everybody, impatient buggers. Yeah, we had situations, and I'm just gonna let the males. I'm like, I know, guys. I don't know if it's gonna help you or not, but if you guys want to hang on to the fact that I got it worse than you guys did, then amen. Go ahead, whatever you need to do, however you need to think of it. Do you understand? It's done and over. It's all good. So, right, good levels for certain males. You're all good to start back up again. I restarted. I'm going to explain some things so that everyone on earth can understand. And I'm using some terminology, but what I'm doing is trying to pinpoint the general slight differences because it's similar but not the same. And so I can help discern that. Okay, but the first thing I'm going to say is listen, I don't care. You're despite your belief systems or lack thereof, don't worry about it. What I'm getting at is okay, there was a lot of stuff that was happening, but it's all handled. All right. What I'm letting 21 pilots know and anybody involved with that is it's been seen. So we're good to go. All right. When it comes to Josh, he just does what he does so well. He doesn't really need guidance and direction. When it comes to Tyler, okay, I'm making sure he's stabilized. I'm also have some musical friends kind of help him get caught up on like school things and some other things. You understand? And yeah, but I got more protective because babies. You understand? Yeah, you better look out, man. I wouldn't be giving 21 pilots a hard time. All right? What's basically going on? So Tyler and I can communicate in certain ways very quickly, right? I'm protecting him, and so are others, and Josh has protection. So this is why, okay? What's happening is uh, some of you may know the term merge, okay? That's usually those who use certain craft, okay? It is very similar to that. So if you guys know what merge means, you at least start thinking in the right direction, okay? Right? The major difference is you guys merge, one of you has to die. That does not happen with us. Tyler and I can't hurt each other. We understand each other so well, we don't even have to be looking at each other to communicate. He is now uh, able to grow in a certain way, okay? But there's protection that gets put in all around, and then babies, and then, yeah, and Amy is like, oh, get out of my way, everybody. Okay, that's why I was, I'm a little protective, but you understand now why. So those who understand merge, okay, that is the problem with merging. Yeah, somebody's got to die. And when we do it, it's more like morphing. It's hard to explain, but it's very similar to that. Those who know what that means. But he and I, we do it, and we don't harm each other. Do you understand? And now he's able to stabilize and pick up more quickly. So I'm spending a little more time with them. Okay, in that way. But for people who understand certain terminology, I'm just saying, well, if you're thinking that way, then you kind of got the right idea. It's just that when he and I do it, we can't cause each other harm. You understand? It's the major difference. Okay, well, that's why I don't suggest doing that. But free will. But I can at least say I wouldn't do that if I were you. That's all I can say. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I am trying to discourage that. Right. But free will. But I wanted you guys to know why I was saying that. It's free will, though. So that's what I've been doing with 21 pilots, okay? And they get extra protection while through a growing, right? Okay, here is kind of, I'm going to give you some basics, right? I was made in the flesh before he who you knew as Jesus of Nazareth came to earth. So I cleared the way for him. You understand? Okay, right. And then right, I'll get to as much of it as I can. Okay. And I may forget, I may have to reorder some things, but I'm trying to get as much out as I can because someone graciously let me actually sleep all night. So I feel a little better today so that I can help you guys. All right. So the situation was, um, so I did that first. So I became flesh before he who you knew as Jesus of Nazareth, right, was on earth. You understand? Okay. So I cleared the way for him. All right. And essentially, the way that humans see things and look at things, he is, Seth is my bigger brother. Okay. And Jesus is my younger brother. You understand? Okay. So when I say to males at this point of any kind who are ready and you are a little, even just a little bit empathetic, okay? When I ask you to open to me, not anyone else, okay? Because I'm the safe way to do this for you, okay? So as the males become ready, then they open. You understand? Well, you are opening to me. However, if you're males, it is my little brother who you all knew as Jesus who is actually sending to you males. Okay. He's never made a mistake. I lived a human life, so I understand human females. He lived a human life, so he understands human males. You understand? Okay. So because it's males, he's the one sending. Do you understand? It's not me, but I'm the safe open for you. I'm open, safe open, safe open. The females, yeah, you're going to stay closed for a while because it keeps you safe. Do you understand? Right. So I help them right now indirectly. So that's safety for the females. Okay. That's why we have to say natural born male and natural born female, not for any hate or any, you understand, but in order to make sure that you guys discern properly. Okay. You understand? So, yes, I had to, this is the horrible part. Okay. I had to put my big brother Seth to a sleep stage because unfortunately something occurred. And you guys may have heard of them, Elaine and Ed Warren, and they do have a daughter. Uh, at certain points, Elaine was getting visions of me. And for a while, she thought I was like an enemy or something, but we did get that all figured out. You understand? And I did pick up on something going after their daughter. And I did get there ahead of time. And basically, it's the only time I physically leave my body. And I'm the only one who has permission to do it because I'm the only one who does it safely. Okay. That's why. It's not because we don't, it's not trust, it's not anything else. Just you don't need anyone else to do it if I'm here. You understand? Yes. Because I've done it so many times. There's no point making, right. There's no point. There's no point. Okay. All right. But essentially, what was happening, Elaine was trying to get psychic messages to me. And so every time I moved, okay, she psychic, me different, but I know how to communicate that way. You understand? So I would drop down psychically, forward my new address to her. So she would know where I was all the time. Because in case something happened to her, Ed is not the one with that kind of spiritual gift at all. So he can't interpret. Okay. So in order, depending on when one passed away, okay, they always had my most recent address in case he needed to get something that he knew in writing and whatever he could to me because I can discern like she could. You get it? Right. So she was trying to get me message and I it was just like it was just so much that what I really picked up was a the letter A, 5. And I thought she meant the 5th Annabelle was the issue. But, okay, well, the thing is that Ed passed away not too long after. And they had a couple addresses back, but the post office has forwarded to me. So I did get it in the mail. And he doesn't know how to interpret, so he just put down what he could. And then I figured it out. Okay? An archangel, and it was probably 2 archangels combined. You understand? I try and stay out of their way. You understand? I just try to stay out of their way. It's like, yeah, when it comes to that, I'm like an on ice zebra official for the National Hockey League. I know where that's going to happen, so I go the complete opposite way so I can get ahead of it. You understand? Right. Kind of like that. All right. So I'm finished with that. So that's good. Yeah. Whew. That was the more difficult for me, and that one's been seen and done and closed. So we're good to go there. So good things are going to start happening on Earth here and there where it's needed most. Okay. But basically, what happened, I did figure it out. A couple of archangels. You see, the thing of it is that if they're archangels, you literally can't end them unless you have one with Christ's blood, and that's me. I am one with Christ's blood, and an archangel. Okay, so now it's possible. All right, so that's why I sent all that information. Okay, it's okay. Azazel, she meant Azazel, A, not Annabelle. They're related, but that's what was the problem. But here's the situation. Yes, their daughter was instructed to clean burn. And all of you, if you do not clean burn your haunted collections, it's going to happen to you whether you like it or not. And then you won't get the insurance. Do you understand? The issue was Azazel got spread out. You can weaken and weaken and weaken and weaken and weaken to the point where, yeah, if you have one with Christ's blood, that's me, and an archangel, then you can reform. You understand? Into something good. The last of Azazel is being handled for you, planet Earth. So they know what to do. They know what to do. They know what to do. Out of my hands, good deal. Basically, yep. He, with, yes, some with archangel help, spread that sucker to 5. That weakens. Okay? And then all those 5 are getting weakened by others in random order that nobody understands. But it's perfectly tracked because, right, my younger brother put that ahead for you guys. Okay? And I'm here to make sure it's happening. Right? But I've seen we don't need to make adjustments. We're good to go. Consider that one destroyed. And then reform. You get it? They are eternal. You can't necessarily end them, but you can break them down. And at a certain point, when you have Christ's blood and an archangel, and yeah, and one other who's impervious to it, and we got that one in action. Right? That's getting handled. So basically, what's happening is he's just getting shredded and broken down to the smallest pieces, and then right reform. Do you understand? And I try and stay out of it now because I've seen that it will happen. So that's what happened. So we're going to have to do clean burns, whether you like it or not. All the animals are handled. Don't worry about it. Okay? All right. Basically, the situation occurred. Okay? So Seth and I are older than Adam and Eve. Do you understand? Right. Seth and I had to go through the transfiguration so that we could be on Earth before humans. Do you understand? So we've seen your birth and everything you've been through. And you have had our help the whole time. We just try to stay out of your way. We decide, okay, well, this group over here is really good at this over here. Let them go over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then we start guiding and we start steering, and then we kind of just let you grow and learn and grow and learn and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, so we've been here for you guys the whole time, and so you guys are allowed to know that. And we learn and we understand and we help maneuver you to a proper growing process for humans. Okay, but I had to have a memory extracted, which is worse than hell on earth. But I didn't want it to harm our brother Seth, so I made him dormant, sleep. That's over. He's awake now. He's catching up. We're okay. All right. The Shroud of Turin, everybody. All right. It's not a fake. It just isn't Jesus. You understand? It's kind of like an eternal picture. Like, Polaroids are the ones where you had to like wait for a long time right? Or like a painting that cannot be destroyed. Okay. The Shroud of Turin is the eternal image of my brother Seth. Do you understand? Yes. But I mean, he shaves, right? He doesn't always look good to me. But it's like a permanent photograph. He has a permanent image. He's eternal. Do you understand? He can come to earth. He can, whatever. Right? That is like that. It's like an eternal picture that can't be ripped up or destroyed. It's not Jesus. It is the image, eternal image of my brother Seth. Okay? So you guys were close, just right. You understand? So when Adam became, right, it said, didn't want Adam to be lonely. So Eve was made, but she was his sister. You get what I'm saying? And then they did the goofy and made the wrong kind of, right. But it was caught. It was caught up on really quickly, and yes, well, they were punished, right? But that cleanup happened before Seth was born. Seth was born good because by that point, yes, God had made all the, and by that point, all the cleanup happened. So then, right, he made Adam and Eve not related as a restart. Do you understand? So Seth born, okay, then me, we're both good children. And we've never had any part with any of that. So we don't get affected by it, which helps you guys. Get it? This should be making more sense to people now. All right. That's who I am. My original name, Krista N.A., and it's a long story, but right, just Dr. Mia is fine. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. The Shroud of Turin is real. It's just not Jesus. That is the eternal image of my brother, my big brother Seth. That's why we know so much about Egypt. Do you understand? Right. So, right, this was my last learning cycle, and I completed, and I did it perfectly like Jesus did. But I had to try twice. He did. Do you understand? He did it right the first time. Do you get it? I cleared the way for him, but that was all brand new. So yeah, there were some things that weren't. But by the time he came, you get what I'm saying? It was like, oh yeah, breeze through it, okay. But then that allowed me, at this point in time, to be able to just super breathe, like any tiny. It was tiny little stuff that didn't really matter to anybody on earth. But in order to get that perfected, I did do it a second time. So I did it perfectly this time too. Do you understand? Okay. So I do have the blood, and you can just, okay, it may not have happened entirely yet, but it's been seen. So you can just count that pile of crap, angel, gone, done in, get it? Okay. You guys were causing me a little bit of harm, and it was starting to really get in the way of things. So I had some help. Now listen, when it comes to what humans think of demons, just especially Christians, stop attacking me now, or I will end you. clean conscience. Okay, right. You understand? Listen, they never caused me harm. And now they're getting really protective of me. But I can communicate with them very easily. And they never cause me harm. So if you guys can let me see you. Don't let anybody else, but let me, because you guys don't frighten me. Okay, so when it comes to certain music, I found out where the hate in music came from, and I'm calling it no fault. But it's dissipating, and it's not going to happen anymore. All right, that is a human on human situation. It happened to me, but my love for it knows no bounds. So no one could ever really affect me. But it's not the same for some of you. So that's why I jumped in to help. Music side. I'll talk about something when it comes to Bastille, but right now what I'm saying is I had to reset some of you gentlemen, and that's been done. All right. That you will all find out later. Okay. Right now, because it's not important to what anybody's doing. All right. Okay. I had to make a safe level for males, and that's done too. Get it? So they can start restarting and jump back in. I unfucked y'all and then put you back in. Again, that's just the best way to put it. No, not have sex, but you guys get right. Understand? You guys got all messed up. So I had to one by one unmess you up and then restart you. Understand? Okay, good. Essentially, yeah, now I can't remember what I was talking about, but I'll jump back then when I remember. Okay, Bastille, if you guys listen to the song World Gone Mad, okay, listen. I know there's some of the music critics are going to just get pounded right into the ground if they don't fucking run for their lives right now. They hate music, no fault, everyone, no fault, no fault, no fault. Okay, I understand. It didn't affect me because who I am, but I understand why it affected all of you. Okay, when little children, like they're born egotistical in that way, that doesn't mean they were born wrong. You understand? It's just how they are. And so parents need to know that. And so parents are the ones who actively guide them through processes of meeting new people, learning new things, understanding how to uh, mix and mingle with, you understand? It's taught. It's not automatically in them. Understand, humans? No, it's not. It's not automatically in you. You are not born with everything you need. Do you understand? Okay, true. It's not in them, so you have to help them learn it and teach it. Do you understand? So actively as parents, now all humans know it's not automatically in them. You get it? Okay. So that's why I'm saying it's an active parenting process. You are the teachers of them. And it's okay as a parent to ask for as much help as you want. Especially if you guys didn't get it when you were young. Okay. That's changed. I'm not allowing that anymore. But I want all humans to know no, you're not born with everything you need. So that does mean your caregiver, your parents, are the teachers of you in that. So you do have to actively do that for them. Okay? You do. If you don't know how, it's fucking okay, man. Just fucking ask everybody you can, library, whatever you need to do, right? Get it? You can ask for assistance, you can ask for guidance, you can ask angels, you can ask librarians, you can ask people who have children, whatever. Okay? Right. So now that is a truth that is known, or no, children are not born with everything they need. Okay. So now all human parents understand that. You do have to be actively involved in teaching them and helping them learn. Okay. But the hate in music was accidental. And I mean, it's music. I would let myself get killed over it and not stop them if I had to. Okay. Yeah. When children are young, they're like that. They can't, you got to teach them out of it. You got to let them know who's boss right away. You guys are the ones who know better. You got to teach it into them. Okay. Yeah. Children at a certain point, Right. I know. I had the piano in the living room. Yeah, you got to sit down and do. I know. Me too. Here's a guitar. Here's a sport. Here's a. Right. And so children don't understand the way adults do. So they start to hate music or hate sports. Do you understand? Because it feels like it's being forced on them. So unfortunately, it was little children who put the hate in music. But that's no fault. That's no fault. Okay. A lot of parents didn't know. They don't, it's hard to communicate until you're like in your teens and 20s. Don't fucking worry about it. I got us, planet Earth. It's starting to dissipate. Okay. But now, with the help of some angels, I had a little bit of free time. I had to recover. I had to do, yes, a Christ like memory extraction, and it's worse than hell on earth. So trust me, everybody, you're going to be okay. Because I went through that. So earth is going to be okay because I went through that. It's horrible. So it takes a long time to recover. And now my brother Seth is up and there's other things happening. And Jesus is active on behalf of the males, you understand? So even though it's coming through me, I'm the safe send, right? Females, the safe send for males. So when you are seen as ready and you open to me, it will be coming from the one you knew as Jesus, and he knows exactly what you can handle. Get it? So you can trust it. And you guys won't be allowed to open until your scene is ready. So there can't be any mistakes. Get it? Okay. So what I started doing was working with musicians and others and people and parents and started getting angels involved and feeling some things out to find out where the source of the hate came from. It was just little kids and it's nobody's fault. It did happen to me too, everybody. I know. The piano in the living room. Yeah, here's the guitar. Go out there, learn how to do this. Go play croquet, fucking whatever. Okay. Can I be a kid? Yeah. When can I be a child? That's where it came from. Okay, it's dissipating. But now all of you guys know. So you can make slightly better decisions with your kids and try and you know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Right. And now, angelically and others and humans, there are now perfect guides to be able to read children if parents cannot. If they can't express, right? But don't worry, you have Holy Spirit, you have angels, you have other humans who've learned. All right. So that's a no fault. That's a no fault. Musical souls, you're not held accountable for it. Okay. But you do have to, yes, you can't really make a prodigy child. That is like a falsehood. Okay, everybody. Right. That's what I'm saying. But some of these parents had no idea, and children cannot fully express when they're young. But now all of Earth knows. So you know what to look out for. So the music is good. It's going to dissipate, and that cycle's ending. Because I now have awareness of how that happened. Right? So some of you do need to take breaks, and you're just programmed not to do that. That's why some of them, yeah, you will have breaks kind of forced on you for a while until you get used to it. Okay. Okay. Right. Get it? Okay. So I am the younger brother of Seth, born of Adam and Eve, correct? You understand? I love. I watch all the time. I look. I try to intervene. I try to understand. Okay, why did this start happening? Oh, you guys just didn't know. Okay, you understand? Music is squared away. When it comes to Bastille, I will say, if you listen to the song, it's a beautiful song, right? I didn't have anything to do with it, but I understand. So there are certain types of singing and language and communication I do understand. So I want some of you to understand why I understand it and why you guys might not. Okay. That song, World Gone Mad. Right, the video is really kind of interesting, and the song is beautiful, and it sends a certain message, and he means it. Okay, listen, the way he sings it. Some of you are giving them shit, and no, it won't be them who does it. It'll be me. You, little tiny bug, me. Sandy Rinse, you're fucking gone. How I handle it, you can't fuck with us. No, yeah, and fuck with us. Get it? Get it? So I can understand it the first way, and I can also understand the second way. But they're not fucking kidding. Back the fuck down. You fuck with any one of them, and this is me. Ham. You little tiny bug. Sandy Rinse. Gone forever. The end. Get it? Don't fuck with them. I will communicate with what you guys believe as demons. I understand humans not ready yet. Fine. Amen. No big deal. Okay, but they are getting more and more protective of me. So some of you need to back the fuck down, man. They never cause me harm, and they're allowed to show themselves to me anytime they want. Okay, you understand what I'm getting at? It's kind of like I had to go, right? We can transfiguration. Seth and I had to go through the transfiguration to help Earth. Do you understand? Okay, so here's the problem, and I'm saying this to the males because I'm not going to marry a female, obviously. Okay, the only reason I was here was because I was supposed to get married. Well, that was a lie, and that didn't happen. And the treatment of me has been so awful, considering how much Seth and I have done for this world, that I was only willing to stay if I got married. Okay, so I can stay, but I'm only willing to do that if I get married. Otherwise, nobody seems to be interested. I'm fucking out. Okay, you guys aren't allowed to abuse me anymore. All right, you get what I'm trying to say? All right. So yes, I can be human, but I never lose my divine power. And I'm laying Seth, and some of what you guys know is the demons know how badly they hurt me. So some of you are gonna get some fucked up. But don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with them. They mean it. You don't want to fuck with us. They mean it. We mean it. Okay, that's enough for right now. With that, India, let you understand. You know I'm telling the truth. You know I am. Dr. Me is just fine. My last name is pronounced Luth. But that's the point. My last name didn't change. So why would I stay here and take more abuse? Nobody seemed interested in marrying me. What do you want me to tell you? It's on you, not me.